All right, and we're going to start the meeting. Today is Monday, July 14th. It's 4:30 p.m., just thereabouts, and we're going to commence the beginning of the Middle School Building Committee meeting. So we have a quorum. We have several people online, including Alan Slater, who is joining us tonight, but he's asked me to chair the meeting or organize the meeting for this evening. So bear with me. I won't do as good a job as Alan, but we'll persevere. So the first order of business this evening is public comment. Is there anyone in the building or online who wishes to offer any public commentary? And seeing none, we'll proceed to the next agenda item. Item number 3, approval of minutes from the June 9th, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Gary. We're online, so I will go with a roll call vote for the minutes. Paul Riccardi?
Yes.
Gary Pelletier?
Yes.
Alan Slater?
Yes.
Diane Farrar?
Yes.
Teresa Stewart?
Yes.
Matt Lane?
Yes.
Chair votes yes as well, so unanimous. Now, second and fourth item is the approval of invoices from June 2025. I'll turn this over for discussion for Luke to take us through that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Taking us through the invoice package for this month, there's a lot in here, so I've kind of pared it down to the high-level topics. First, we'll talk about Vertex. Their on-site monthly cost for on-site management, $160,024. AI3 is also included this month for $70,452. Going chronological, or going in order here from the top to the bottom. The next kind of unique one we have is John Guilfoyle PR. This is for the hosting costs for the project's website. And then on the bottom of page 2, we have 2 months worth of Verizon costs for May and June. These are phone lines in the total of $265.24. And finally, we have WT Rich's monthly invoice for $1,900,229.50. And that leaves the remaining lines in here for FF&E and technology invoices, all of which have had POs that have been previously voted on and approved by this committee. These are just the invoices for the items as they arrive on site. All of these have been confirmed to be on site. And the total for the FF&E and technology invoices here from the various vendors is $528,992 for a grand total this month of $2,665,000.48.
Any questions on the invoices from anyone? Seeing none, I'll entertain a vote to approve the invoices.
Motion to approve the invoices.
Seconded by Diane. Okay, for approval of the invoices for June, voice vote here, roll call vote, excuse me. Paul Riccardi,
Yes.
Gary Pelletier,
Yes.
Alan Slater,
Yes.
Diane Farrar,
Yes.
Teresa Stewart,
Yes.
Matt Lane,
Yes.
chair votes yes as well.
Chair,
Tim
Tim Luff
Luff is here as well.
has joined us.
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Tim Luff joined us.
Tim Luff, okay, thank you. And Tim, hi Tim, all right. Tim, did you want to vote in invoice packages?
Sure. Give me yes on that.
All right. Well, that was 8 in favor. Next item of business is our project budget update. Take it away, Luke.
Sure, thank you. So this is a updated budget inclusive of the invoices we just approved. And if we go to the third page here in the presentation, this is the summary here. So of the $147.9 million budget, $137.3 million of that has been committed to contracts, with $117 million in invoices received and paid to date. And we're still tracking just under $12 million under budget at this time. And to the MSBA reimbursement, reimbursement requests for March, April, and May have been submitted to the MSBA. They're pending their approval. And of the 116.9 million in submitted costs to the MSBA, 70.7 million has been deemed eligible, and of that 70.7 million, about just under 39 million have been reimbursed to the town through reimbursement request number 41. Next is just an update on the PCO log. We continue to trend favorably with PCOs. We're just tracking just under 2.5% at 2.4% of change orders in relationship to the project budget. We are still tracking about 1.3 in estimated and pending changes. And of that 1.3, we're asking for approval of about $54,000 in change orders tonight in an upcoming slide.
Any questions on the project budget or pending potential change orders? Okay. Seeing none, we'll go to the next agenda item.
Next item, just an overall project update. So this is an aerial photo of the site taken last week. We can see the existing school is about halfway down. If you drove by the site today, that school is completely down and in piles that are being trucked off site for the duration of this week and into the next couple of weeks. The new school in the background, as you can see, looks very good. It's very far along. The grass is starting to come in. Plantings have been placed. And the next slide should be just a closer up of the new school. Again, the plantings are in, the grass is in. As you can see, the Hall Road that has been topic of conversation over the last couple of weeks ends right there in front of the flagpoles, where you can see the dirt in front of the gym. That's the big schedule push for W.T. Rich over the next couple of weeks to get that area completed ahead of school in September. Next slide. Just a logistics update as we transition from phase one, which is the new school, to phase two, again, the demo and the turf fields. The area highlighted in orange represent the areas that are under control by W.T. Rich right now, being the location of the existing school. The concession stand is that orange section at the top of the page. And in the bottom corner there, that's the pathway to the Little League field, again, which is still under construction and under control by W.T. Rich right now. Public traffic can enter either lot at this time. Access is opened for the next couple of weeks until the final paving, which we can talk about in a little bit. Next slide. Some close-up progress photos. Again, is the demo. That photo on the left is one of the first demo activities that took out the auditorium. And on the right-hand side, again, that access road where we can see Quigley, the site contractor, has begun to excavate the subgrade, install their infrastructure. There's some drainage, other utilities that run through that area. And the goal is to get those in as quickly as possible to get that road complete before school in September. Just an update on some of the activity on site, some of the milestones that were achieved in June. As everybody can assume, everything has been moved out of the existing school, moved into the new school. Phase one landscaping was completed in June, and abatement of the existing school was also completed in June. The ongoing activities in the new school, flushing out and setting up some of the building technology, the screens like we're using here in this room, projectors, things like that, teachers' computers. Punch list activities are ongoing from W.T. Rich and AI3 standpoint. Excavation has begun to subgrade to install the drainage structures and piping for the new turf field. Some site lighting that was completed around the parking lots. And then we're targeting our final testing with Norwood Fire Department and final building inspections in July as well.
Luke, on
Yes.
the traffic pattern for the school, ultimately, it's two-way right now. Is it, when it's done, is it a two-way traffic or is it one-way in?
One-way traffic around.
Okay.
The intent is for all the traffic to enter off of the north entrance there, the top of the screen, and then it splits off. Buses will cut over basically between the new and the existing to the front door, and then parent drop-off will continue around the road in the back to the various drop-off locations.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's gonna be a change from the way it is now.
Yeah, it's
Because
striped
the parents come in
temporarily.
the south entrance now.
Correct, yes, yes.
The, I do live in the neighborhood, so I have to say, I have really enjoyed watching the demolition. And it's unbelievable how quickly that school came down and how quickly they removed the debris.
Yeah, it's been very impressive, very quick, no issues, no safety on site, so it's been very, very well done. And then just quick schedule update here as we track some of the activities again. We talked through the demo and the abatement. One of the other activities we're tracking pretty closely is the gym floor repair, which is tracking to be complete in early August. The final paving, which is going to be disruption as all the parking lots are going to be closed around the site for a few days. That work is scheduled to occur in early August. We're tracking concession stand to be complete in mid-August and have that turned over to the town. And then we're tracking for the first day of school in early September with the turf field complete in mid to late October. Next.
Okay.
So next, we've got a copy of the transition schedule. As you can see, for June, we had a lot going on. The end of the FF&E installations, obviously the move out of the old school, and things have slowed down a little bit. There's still a lot of technology installation that's happening over the summer and some of the FF&E punch list items. But our transition schedule is getting a little bit smaller, and we're gonna start now. We're coordinating with Paul and Chris on doing trainings in the building for the staff and custodians. Next, just an update on where we are with the FF&E and technology. Again, we're still on budget. 95% of the FF&E budget has been committed at this time, and 72% of the technology budget has been committed at this time. And we're working through the wish list items, so when Margot is back later this week, we will start reviewing that with her and issuing more purchase orders. Also, Wakefield Movers did a great job. In 2 days, they moved everything out of the old building and not only into the new building, but into various other town buildings, and also moved all of the elementary school items from those 5 buildings into the new middle school. So they were great to work with. Like, I can't say enough good things. We also have a change order because they did end up moving more than what we had originally requested. We almost doubled the number of crates that they were moving. We added some kitchen equipment after discussions with Eli and his team. And in talks with a lot of the teachers, we ordered more hampers and more book carts for all the elementary schools as well as the middle schools. So they ended up moving quite a bit more. So there is a change order that we are requesting approval of, and that's for $10,098. I don't know if anyone has any further questions on that.
I don't see any questions from the committee. What is the pleasure of the committee?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Seconded by Diane. All right. We'll go to a roll call vote. This is for approval of the amendment for moving and storage, $10,098. Paul Riccardi,
Yes.
Gary Pelletier,
Yes.
Alan Slater,
Yes.
Diane Farrar,
Yes.
Teresa Stewart,
Yes.
Matt Lane,
Yes.
Tim Luff,
Yes.
and Chair votes yes. That's 8-0. Thank you. All right, now we're on to change orders, potential change orders.
Yes, change order number 21. I'll take us through the PCOs included in change order number 21 for approval. The first one is PCO 008 for proposal request number 5. This is an old one, goes back about 2 years now. So this proposal request was originally issued to address the screening concern with the removal of trees along the south parking lot between the community garden and the site. After not taking down as many trees as originally thought, when we reviewed this with the DPW and the tree warden, they only requested a tree or two to be added along the a little access ramp up to the Little League field there. So again, it came in as a no-cost change from the landscaper to add the, again, 1 or 2 trees over there. So no cost here for change order number 08008A. The next one, 8176. This is a credit to remove a quick coupler box and associated irrigation piping and metering. So the contract owned basically a water source at the turf field with a ability to hook up a hose, and it was after reviewing with facilities, it was determined that that scope was not needed, so we took a credit from the site contractor to not install that in the value of $7,194. The next one, 8178, for proposal request number 81. This added a hot water feed and a connection for some soap detergent at the dishwashers on the 1st and 3rd floor in the kitchens. This is a request from the food service vendor, the town's vendor that operates that space. Cost for $4,596. The next one, 8184 for proposal request number 82. This added a sign dedicating the nurse's suite to Jill Driscoll in the total of $9,059. 8193 for RFI 643. This was to reproduce and install some signage for the restrooms in the building, as those signs in the contract documents did not have room numbers on them, and it was needed for coordination with fire department. Cost there $4,056 for those signs. Change order 8183 for proposal request number 91. This added a local alarm and chime at the 4th floor at stair 4. This is between the 4th floor and the roof level at stair 4. This is the only stair that has access to the roof, and there's nothing that stops anybody from going from the 4th floor and continuing up to the roof. The door from the inside of the stair to the roof is locked, but the request here was to add a local alarm that would trip on a motion if someone tries to proceed past the 4th floor up to the roof. Again, this alarm would sound. There is a card reader at the alarm that disarms the alarm, so facilities or anybody has access up to the roof and has a reason to be there, they can silence the alarm and then do what they need to do. Total cost here is $2,200.
Can I just ask a question? How far up the stairs before the alarm goes off?
How many stairs? I don't have the answer to that. I can get back to you on that one, though. Yeah, I don't know how many. I don't know what the range is.
Whether it's
Yep.
a nuisance, they're gonna be a real nuisance. or not.
Correct, okay. Next one, 8177 for RFI 612. This removed a aesthetic ceiling from the collaboration spaces on the 2nd floor and the adaptive PE room on the 2nd floor. So below the acoustical ceiling tile like we have in this room, there was a more decorative ceiling that facilities felt was impeding their access to the infrastructure above the ceiling in the event that they needed to get up there and fix something. So this ceiling was removed, and just a labor to remove that already installed product for $1,280. The next one, 8203 for RFI 661. This was a credit to return and replace the commercial washer and dryer from 2 locations, one at the custodial office and one in another room on the 1st floor. The infrastructure to these units included the residential detail, the detail for the residential washer and dryers that were installed elsewhere in the building. So with the infrastructure already installed, the least cost-effective solution was to remove the commercial units and install them with the residential units that we have elsewhere in the building, rather than opening walls and installing the needed infrastructure. So we got all said and done in the swap of the units, there was a credit of $10,982. Next one, 8181 for proposal request 84. This added phones, wall phones, just typical phones in every room to 3 rooms or 4 rooms that did not have these rooms, that did not have phones in the contract documents. Cost there is $1,821. The next one, 8196 for proposal request 97. This was a hardware change to the staff toilet rooms in the admin suite on the first floor. Those doors in the contract documents were designed to have a keyed lock on the inside, not just the typical thumb tab lock that the majority of the rooms have. So we changed out the hardware set to go with the typical thumb lock, not the keyed lock. Again, change in the hardware set, $1,821. Or sorry, $4,136 for the hardware set change. Next one, 8168 for proposal request 78. This upgraded some of the servers and the infrastructure for the cameras. With the new technology being installed at the Coakley Center, Coakley Middle School, this upgraded the infrastructure to allow all cameras from other schools to be on the same network and communicating with each other. So we upgraded, I think it was 100, just under 200 cameras elsewhere to allow these all to talk. We upgraded the license of the cameras, not the physical devices of the already installed cameras. Cost $26,547. Next one, 8191 for proposal request 103. This is a credit of $2,693 to not install some scope that was previously identified in another proposal request to install. I think we had 6 copiers being installed throughout the building that the owner was moving over from the existing building to the new building. We were adding the infrastructure at 6 locations for those copiers. After review, they've only want 3 installed now, so we took a credit back from the electrician to not install 3 of the 6, and the credit there for the work not done, $2,693. The next one, 8121 for RFI 638. This scope adds a retaining wall, adds a guardrail to the retaining wall between the turf field and the south parking lot. Just reviewing some of the other scope, we've added a retaining wall. The drop here seems like we would need it, so the team was trying to get ahead of it and do this work in sequence with the retaining wall work for phase 2 and that turf field. And the added guardrail at that wall is $21,833 for a grand total for change order 21, $54,659. I know that was a lot, so if there's any questions on any one of them, we can go back.
Yeah, Luke, can we go back to the thumb locks?
Sure, yes.
How many bathrooms are they in the building, and are they staff or student bathrooms?
Staff bathrooms. Just not,
There's 2 in the staff admin, and 1, I believe, in 370.
yeah,
That
so
was the
that's
other
the
admin.
second, the third address.
Yep.
And just for my, because thumb locks, if someone wants to do something to themselves, they hold it, you can't get in. So I'm just wondering why we went that way and not just a regular lock on the door that we could override much easier from the outside. And it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the, what you're talking about, the security issue of somebody holding the lock. Typically, we have the occupancy sensor with the thumb lock on the doors. These ones have the keyed locks.
Right, but then you took the key out, you put a
Thumb lock in like the
thumb
other
lock,
ones.
which makes it a lot easier if someone wants to do something to themselves that they don't want you to disturb them.
Right,
You can't get in that room. I mean, it's very hard.
yeah,
I mean, I just, in my experience, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong,
yep,
these have always been done away with for the safety reasons.
of having to get in there in an emergency, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Do you want us to look at an alternative? We can hold on this one for now. I guess we probably can't.
It's,
How did the keyed ones work?
say what, Brian?
I'd have
How did the
to,
keyed ones work?
I'd have to go look at the hardware spec on those.
You see if no one's
It's
holding
harder
the
for
key.
the occupant to hold the thing, cause it's much
To
smaller.
hold the key?
Not the key, I'm not talking about the key. If it's just a push button lock,
Yeah.
it's harder for them to hold that in as you're trying to get in from the outside with a key.
Okay.
Is there an opportunity to hold this for further investigation, or has this work already been installed?
I would think it's already been in,
It hasn't been installed, but we cut loose the hardware. We went back and forth with the design team because there was an option based on the hardware change, we would have to replace the whole door slab. So we coordinated that part with the hardware consultant on our end. But we can tell them to put a hold on the current order and change it out if we want to.
Well, I would just like someone to take a look and see, is there a safer alternative?
Yeah, we can talk to our
Yeah.
consultant about that.
Right.
Yep.
That's all.
Lou, could you explain the, if there are any other questions about the locks? On the cameras, can you just give a little more information? We're upgrading the cameras and servers. I'm just trying to get a sense of why they were upgraded. What was the background to that particular change order?
Do you want me to take
do you have this one?
Yeah, so when the specs were written for this project, they were written and we didn't really know what, level of license would be available at the time. So all of the cameras were purchased and they were purchased with a license, I think a Vigilon 7. And as part of this change and in talking with the town's IT department, the newest, license for all of these cameras is actually a Vigilon 8. And so it made more sense to spend a little bit of money and upgrade everything to a Vigilon 8, which will buy you more time in the future before you have to upgrade them again. But as part of that, because this ties into the camera system for other buildings in town, we also had to upgrade the licenses for those cameras as well.
Okay.
So everything works
basically,
together.
It's a lot of change since the specifications were written for the version.
Yeah, 'cause
7.
it's been a couple years, so it's hard to write in exactly which license because you don't know what will change, between the time when the specs are written and now, so.
Any other questions from the committee? I think we have to proceed with approving this change order minus the 4136 pending review, if I'm hearing the committee right.
Correct.
So I don't know if anybody
Try
can
and get
quickly give us a new figure for that 54659 probably is altered now.
$50,523.
50,523 is the new amount for the change order number 21. If there are no further questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the $50,523 change order.
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. So this is roll call vote on change order number 21, new amount $50,523. Paul Riccardi,
Yes.
Gary Pelletier,
Yes.
Alan Slater,
Yes.
Diane Farrar,
Yes.
Tracy Stewart,
Yes.
Matt Lane,
Yes.
and Tim Luff.
Yes.
And chair votes yes, so that's 8-0. Thank you. Move on to the next order of business, which is the walking path. All right, guys, go for it.
Sure, just an update on the Endine walking path. We're sharing an updated design on the screen now, which doesn't change too much from the one we shared last month. Just again tweaking the wall location slightly, and adding an extending the two walls around that second light pole where it jogs out. On either corner, you can see just a section cut that shows just the relationship between the walking path and the road. On the left-hand side, that is closer to the softball field, and on the right-hand side, on the bottom of the screen, that is what it looks like down closer to the end of the concession stand. WT Rich and their subcontractors are continuing their pricing exercise for this scope. And just to give the committee an update, the pricing is trending north of $500,000 at this point. A couple of things that are leading to the price increase are just the need for a supportive excavation system. Again, all these details are being fleshed out, but these are just some of the big ticket items that are driving the price tag. Again, supportive excavation system would be needed to be installed to support the roadway while they cut away from the slope material to install the wall. There's some logistics challenges too, obviously with, keeping that road open while there's vehicle travel up there during school. And then just a condensed timeline to work from the field from a limited time of the year. Or just some of the things that are coming into play here. But the team continues to price it. Once we get a formal price, will likely result in another meeting just to sit down with some of the key stakeholders to talk through some of these challenges and see if there's anything we can do to try and reduce some of the scope or to reduce some of the impact to bring the number down. And the goal likely to bring a updated number to this committee next month.
Questions from the committee? Just out of curiosity, could any possibility be made to use part of the driveway behind the school as part of a walking path to reduce perhaps some of the need for the retaining wall?
So it was an option. I think it's an option that's still on the table. When the design team originally proposed 3 options, this was option 1, which received the most support, and then option 3, which involved leaving the walking path the way it is out there today,
Yeah.
and then connecting the walking path to the new sidewalks installed adjacent to the new Coakley Middle School. And WT Rich is pricing that option as well, and we would present both prices
Okay.
for formal direction.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, we did look at that, myself and Mark Ryan, and the practicality is that people are less likely to cross at the crosswalk and walk down the walkway adjacent to the school and then cross back. They're much more likely, just human nature, to just walk down the roadway if there isn't a path at the field level, and it was highly desired that there be a path at the field level and not on the roadway level.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and we still have a section of that roadway that desperately needs a retaining wall
Okay.
to support the road as well as a guardrail.
So regardless of the path, you're going to need a retaining.
Regardless of the path, there was going to need to be a retaining wall and a guardrail. But it also, the retaining wall gives us a little more room at the field level to make the desired walking path more of a reality. So that's kind of where this all started and ended up.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions from the committee regarding the walking path? So this is an item that will return to us with pricing for options.
Yes, correct.
All right. Thank you, Lou.
Thank you. Next item, just a little quick update on the gym floor. As we mentioned, the work is progressing. Actually, as of today, they completed the install of the new maple. That's the new wood gym floor. The town's third-party consultant was on site today, inspected everything, thinks it looks great, thinks everything is proceeding well. I do not believe he plans to come back again unless some issues arise and we ask him to come back. But they are proceeding. The schedule is they will be sanding this floor for the next couple of days, likely the rest of the week. And then next week we will see them begin to refinish the floor, repaint the lines, redo the staining, reinstall the logo, and then final poly coats will happen thereafter. And we're trending well with the schedule, likely to be complete early to mid-August, and no issues with turnover for the start of the school year.
Questions on the gym floor? All right, thank you. Next item, planning board requested changes.
Sure, so when the project presented an update to the planning board a few months ago, they asked us to request 2 changes, looking to adding 2 changes into the project. One of them here is a request to add a green drainage catch basin, identified by that green circle in the grassy area between the front of the new school and what will be the new turf field. The planning board requested that we were still working on the outdoor classroom design. They asked that if this could be incorporated as part of that, that would be greatly appreciated by the planning board. We could not add the green, quote-unquote, green drainage catch basin at the location for the outdoor classroom because the new stormwater infiltration system is located below that area. So this was a the most feasible option to install this. Again, we want to just bring it to the committee this month to give you some background on this change. WT Rich is working on a price, and then that price will be received and presented at next month's meeting for direction if we are to proceed or not with this change. In discussion with the team, there's not a need for this structure. Is not causing or preventing any problems or correcting any issues. It just seems like a nice to have from the planning board's perspective. So a rough order of magnitude, just for consideration, is $30,000 at this time for this change. But again, we will have a formal price for review at next month's meeting. Any questions?
What does it actually do? Like, what is it green?
It's just a
Do you
storm
reuse
drain located in a grassy area that collects the water and brings it back to the drainage system,
Like a rain garden.
essentially,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah, but there's no,
we're not concerned of flooding there or anything like that, or any issues. It's,
Alan, do you have a question? I'm sorry, I heard someone. No questions? No vote on this, which is
Yeah, no
just
vote,
gonna
just-
come. This is just information.
Information,
Okay,
vote-
any
vote to
questions?
come next
Any more
month.
questions about the green drainage catch basin addition? Seeing none, we'll proceed to item 12. Update on previously discussed topics.
one more on the planning board, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Just the second item that they requested was,
Yes.
they requested the add of some handicap accessible parking spaces adjacent to the Little League field. So on the right here is the plan of the change. The spots would be in that alcove where you can see the lift and the material stored. There's 3 or 4 spaces there that would be converted to handicap accessible spaces. So just taking this back for the full history, the planning board said that they believe that this lot serves the Little League fields independently, and the way the project had looked at all parking on the site was all 3 lots. This lot, the lot by the tennis court, and then the small lot in front of the school all served the Coakley Middle School, and the handicap parking count was determined based on the parking capacity of all the lots. And the handicap lots were specifically located in front of the Coakley School in the smaller lot there, with a couple over by the tennis court. So the request to add the spaces here would be an add to the project, not a requirement. The issue where it's not as simple as adding a couple signs and some line striping to make these spaces handicap is the grading of the sidewalk adjacent to these, as well as the road that would lead you to the sidewalk is not handicap accessible based on the slopes and the grades. So in order to make these spaces accessible, they would actually have to raise the elevation of the parking lot, starting about at a third of the parking lot, working its way back to Washington Street, and then re-slope everything to these spaces. In discussions with the town, it was specifically Gary, it was suggested that we go request a variance from the Architectural Access Board for the variance of these grades, so the team is working on that. There's obviously some costs associated with this change. Right now, we're tracking an order of magnitude of $100,000 for the additional grading associated with making these spaces handicap accessible. Again, we're pricing that change with WT Rich and their subcontractors, and we'll have a formal price for the team. The decision on the variance would impact the cost. If we were able to be granted the variance, the price would likely stay around that $100,000 as we mentioned. If not, there'll be some rework there, which would drive the number closer to 150, if not closer to 200 at that time.
So Luke, I'm a little confused.
Yep.
If the access board grants us the grades that are there, why would the price still be $100,000? Because we're talking about then, we're paving it anyway, and then we're gonna paint it and put some signs in.
Yeah, so there's, yeah, if they grant us the grades as is, then yes, you're correct, we're all set as we are today,
All right,
yeah.
Thank you.
Is that like windy thing permanent, or is that? what is
Yes,
that?
that's the new pathway to the Little League fields. So that's a handicap accessible ramp that brings us up from the parking lot elevation to the Little League level.
So
Is
it's
that-
like raised?
Yes.
Yep. Is it open now?
No, the railing needs to be installed, and then it'll be open.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it probably needs a railing, it is a
Correct.
little
Yeah.
off the grade. yeah.
Yes.
Any other questions regarding the planning board's second request for the additional ADA spaces? Okay, so work to be done there
Yes.
before it comes back to us.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Item 12, update on previously discussed topics.
Just two things, again, the ribbon cutting, we're tracking for the end of August, and then the outdoor classroom and play area. So just, the next page has the final rendering, but we, again, are going through the pricing exercise with WT Rich. We did receive pricing at the end of last week from WT Rich, north of $500,000 for the scope all in. Vertex, AI3, and the engineers are vetting the price, reviewing it, and will be providing comment to WT Rich. The pricing did come with a caveat. WT Rich requested authorization to proceed with the subgrade work. So that would be everything from the asphalt down. They requested approval to proceed with that scope tonight in the value of $200,000. And the reason they're asking for approval tonight is to get that work done, the most disruptive work, ahead of the start of school in September. They've committed to getting the asphalt pad in before that, and then that would just leave the installation of the basketball hoop, the painting, the line striping, the installation of the sunshade. Again, the less disruptive work that doesn't require the heavy excavation equipment to occur during the school year.
So at this point, we don't have the full bid, 500,000 to approve, but there are some advantages to beginning the subgrade work now, which is 200,000.
Correct, yes, 200,000.
Comments, questions from the board, from the committee?
Is there a way that we can vote to approve up to $550,000 this evening to do this project? With the idea that it costs more, we can come back to the table after?
What do you think?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. The formal PCO would be presented in the typical PCO process in an owner's change order, and after the architects and we have had a chance to review it and we're comfortable with the price, then it would be submitted. But yeah, to your point, if we commit on the 200,000, we're proceeding, right? So.
Luke, as far as I understand this, if we approve $200,000, essentially what this does is simply keeps us on schedule and takes care of the worst type of work prior to the initiation of school.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, but it doesn't necessarily commit us to the full 500,000 or whatever the price is, but what we're proposing now would be part of any solution that we have for this particular issue.
Correct, yes.
Okay, so we're not committing to 550. I think that's the point.
Yes.
Okay.
And what is the firm, the subcontractor, that would be?
Quigley, the site contractor, they'd be doing the excavation and the infrastructure, and then the asphalt would be through them, by a subcontractor, but through them.
Do you have a number, Luke, that we should be voting on today?
200,000.
I'll make a motion to approve. Again, I'm not being chairman is, I don't get to make motions very often, but let me make a motion for 200,000 to do subgrade work.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Gary. I'll do a roll call vote. This is to approve $200,000 of subgrade work conducted by Quigley, subcontractor, 200,000 K.
Oh, sorry, I just have a question, but,
Yep. Go ahead, Teresa.
oh, sorry, you didn't hear me. If we do the 200,000 tonight, are we voting on the rest of it at the August meeting, or when do we vote on the rest?
August meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, so it's been moved and seconded. I'll go to a roll call vote at this time. Paul Riccardi,
Yes.
Gary Pelletier,
Yes.
Alan Slater,
Yes,
Diane Farrar,
Yes.
Teresa Stewart,
Yes,
Matt Lane,
yes,
Tim Luff,
yes.
and Chair votes yes. That's 8-0 as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And then just back to the previous updated topics, we have our future meetings listed below. I believe last meeting we talked about the hope of having the August meeting in the new Coakley Middle School. We've included that here and then back here for September, but up for discussion.
Yeah, I think I talked about that last time. Does that meet with the committee's approval or to actually meet at the new school for our August 11th meeting? Room should be available at this point in
Yes.
time.
Yeah, we'll identify a location and
Okay.
update the group.
If there's no objections, we'll just plan on that then?
Yes.
Meeting in our trust.
Alan, is that okay with you, Mr. Chair?
Works with me. I mean, we're having a meeting at 4:30. Do people want to meet a little earlier just to,
Ah,
take a look at what portions of the building they haven't seen, before?
I think that's a great suggestion. So, the meeting would still be at 4:30, but we noticed the committee members that if they want to arrive early to see a little bit more of the building, they're welcome to do that? Is that the suggestion?
Well, I would just recommend that we probably have the actual sit-down meeting in W.T. Rich's trailer.
Okay,
Because we have a lot of inspections to get through
okay.
between now and then, so just to be safe, let's,
So why don't we schedule the meeting for 4:30 at the trailer and then proceed after the meeting for the, to see the building or before? What's the committee's wish? Or does it make a difference?
We're there, we can do both. If
I was
people
gonna
wanna
say-
come before, we can be available or after.
I think it worked well before when we did a
Yeah.
block at 4 o'clock and then the meeting at 5. Give everyone enough time to walk and then get back to the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
and dinner's on Bethany.
Actually, I'm actually camping with my son. So dinner will be on Alex, but sure.
Is it the?
Yeah, why don't we, do the site visit at 4 and, have the official meeting at 5? I mean, that makes more sense.
All right,
Perfect.
we'll plan for the August 11th meeting to have a site visit at 4 PM with a formal meeting at 5 PM at the W.T. Rich trailer. Great. Any other discussion? We actually, I see we have a September meeting. Maybe we can talk at the September meeting about actually
Location.
meeting
Sure.
at the new school. By that time, it will be turned over
Great.
to the school, just for consideration by the committee, but we don't have to make that determination this evening. Any other updates on discussed topics? Are we all set, Luke?
I am, yes, thank you very much.
All right, that was item number 13. That was our last item. At this point, there's no other business before us. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn,
So moved.
and seconded
Second.
by Diane. We have a motion to adjourn. On the motion, Paul Riccardi,
Yes.
Gary Pelletier,
Yes.
Alan Slater,
Yes?
Diane Farrar,
Yes.
Teresa Stewart,
yes.
Matt Lane,
Yes.
Tim Luff.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. That's 8-0. We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.